What is up, bros and broettes? We are back at it again today with an arm day. And today's arm day will be high volume. Usually I do high intensity, low volume, but this will be the first high volume series. And we're going to start things off with a tricep pushdown, warm up set, 25 pounds, one set, 10 to 15 reps. And I am using a D handle instead of a rope. So this is a good alternative if your gym doesn't have a rope or the ropes are all taken. I actually do prefer using the D handles. It's less stress on the wrist and easy to maneuver. So we're going to get into a second warm-up set, 35 pounds, one set, 10 to 15 reps. But I highly encourage you to use the D handles because sometimes the ropes aren't available, but this feels way better on the wrist and on the elbows. On to our first working set, 50 pounds, one set, 10 to 12 reps. And if you look at my form, I'm not pushing straight down, I'm pushing at an angle. This is going to be really easy on the elbows. Or I should say it's less stressful on the elbows if you do it this way. So second working set, 65 pounds, one set, 10 to 12 reps. On to our third working set, 72.5 pounds, one set, 8 to 10 reps. And you want to make sure you contract your triceps as hard as possible. And we're on to our final set, 4 set, 80 pounds, one set, 8 to 10 reps. That felt pretty good, but we're going to do a drop set and just to burn things out. And I just lowered down the weight to something more lighter, and I'm just going to keep doing as many reps as I can until I'm fully exhausted. And when you do lower the weight, you want to have a nice squeeze to contract the triceps. On to our second exercise, easy bar reverse curl, warm up set, 30 pounds, one set, 8 to 12 reps, and this is great for the bicep brachialis and the forearms. On to our second working set, 35 pounds, one set, 8 to 12 reps. And for this exercise, you want to keep your arms as close to your body as possible. You want to retract the scapula, and you're just going to lift your arms up and squeeze the biceps and lower it down slowly. First working set, 42.5 pounds, one set, 8 to 12 reps. In our final set, 65 pounds, one set, 7 to 12 reps. And we're going to do a drop set, burn things out, and finish things off. With the lighter weight, you can bring it up and squeeze at the top and really focus on that bicep. On to our third exercise, single arm overhead rope tricep extension, warm up set 15 pounds, one set, 8 to 12 reps. I usually like to warm up when doing this exercise because it does put a lot of stress on the elbows and the shoulder. So it's good to just warm up in this position with the lighter weight. And with the lighter weight, you can bring the rope to the top and really squeeze, but as soon as you start going heavy, you can't go to full extension, otherwise it'll put a lot of stress on your elbows. So you want to stop short just before full extension if you increase the weight even further. So for our second warm-up set, 20 pounds, one set, 8 to 12 reps. And with this exercise, it's pretty simple. You just want to bring the weight to the top of above your head, and you just want to lower down with your elbows slowly till it hits 90 degrees. If you can go lower, but usually when you hit 90 degrees, it gives you a nice, pretty clean stretch. But if you want to go deeper, you can, as far as your mobility will allow you. On to our first working set, 25 pounds, one set, 7 to 12 reps. And on to our final set, 30 pounds, one set, 7 to 10 reps. And with this weight, it's pretty heavy, so I'm not going to full extension. I'm stopping short of full extensions. It's just to keeping more tension on the tricep this way. Onto our fourth exercise, tricep cable kickback. And we're going to get into a working set with 15 pounds, one set, 10 to 15 reps. The good thing about cable kickbacks is that it has tension when you bring it all the way down. With a dumbbell, there's no tension on the way down, so it basically just comes down. So it's better to do a cable kickback over a dumbbell kickback. So the cable kickback, at least you have resistance on the way down, as opposed to a dumbbell where you don't have a lot of resistance. Because if the dumbbell's too heavy, it's just going to drop to the floor. And we're going on to our second working set, 20 pounds, one set, 10 to 15 reps. And with this exercise, I'm going straight. I'm trying to bring my elbows straight up as far as possible to get a full extension. And when it comes down to lowering it, you don't want to lower it down too far. You want to keep your arms close to your body as possible. You can lower the elbow down slightly lower, but you don't want it too low. Working set 3, 25 pounds, one set, 10 to 12 reps. And as you can see, the weight is getting really heavy here, so it's hard to hold that resistance at the bottom. I'm trying not to let my elbows drag too far down. But if you let it go down a little bit lower, it does give it a nice stretch. And on to our final set, 30 pounds, one set, 7 to 10 reps. Now we're going to drop set and burn things out from here. And when you bring the weight up, you want to squeeze as hard as possible. It's going to burn, but it's going to feel really good at the same time. On to the next exercise, and we're going to be doing a cable bicep curl facing away from the stack. A warm-up set, 15 pounds, one set, 10 to 12 reps. And you want to keep your arm as close as possible to your body. You don't want to curl too far out, and then when you bring the weight back, you want to let that arm stretch. But you don't want the weights to hit together. You just want a nice clean stretch. And then when you get to the top, squeeze as hard as possible. On to our first working set, 30 pounds, one set, 7 to 10 reps. And we're going into our final set, 35 pounds, one set, 7 to 10 reps. And now we're going to work on our forearms, and we're just going to do cable wrist curls. A working set, 57.5 pounds, one set, 15 to 25 reps. And it might look like a tricep pushdown, but I'm actually just flicking the wrist and it looks like it's coming down like a tricep, but if you look at my forearms are getting worked. And we're going to do a final set, 72.5 pounds, one set, 15 to 25 reps. And now we're going to finish things off with burnout sets and a superset. One of my favorite things to do. An overhead tricep extension, working set, 50 pounds, one set, 12 to 20 reps. And you want to find a nice moderate weight that can allow you to do 15 to 20 reps with good form. And when you bring the weight up, you don't want your elbows to go out too far up, but slightly higher than your head to give it a nice deep stretch. And then we're going to superset with a hammer curl. And we're going to do a working set, 30 pounds, one set, 12 to 20 reps. And we're doing it nice and slow, and we're just going to squeeze as hard as possible at the top. And this will be the final set, 57.5 pounds, one set, 12 to 20 reps. And a final set, 42.5 pounds, one set, 12 to 20 reps. Nice, slow and controlled, squeeze at the top, arms close to the body. And that is my high volume arm workout. I hope you guys enjoyed it.